And this is my trusty partner, Serenity. So, for everyone who is new to my channel, I'm actually an avid Tera player. I used to play back on the PC. That was like a long time ago, in 2015, and then I ended up stopping back in 2017. So I literally just started playing on the PS4 a couple months ago, honestly. I was really excited when I saw Tera and it was available to download for free. But as of right now, we are in Velika, Freedom Palace. But this is one of my mounts that we're riding right now. So mainly the one thing that I want to do in this video is I want to be able to explain to people who are new, or maybe if you're not new and you just don't know about this and what's going on and you've been gone for a little while. So hopefully this video will be able, or this broadcast will be able to give you a explanation on what's new, what's going on, and how can I get there. Because one thing I've noticed is out in the world we are in today with media, social news, all kinds of stuff, on most of the videos there's not enough content out there in order to be able to explain Tera. So for me, I don't care about my how many views I have. For me, it's to be able to help people. That's what I'm all about, because I really do love Tera. So first things first, I really want to start talking about Apex. Okay, so for all of you people who are either new or coming back to Tera, or you've been in Tera but you're just not aware. Alright, there are basically 4 steps in order to unlock Apex, and it's basically the content for each and every character. Alright, and also in one of my videos I have an explanation on all the characters, what they do, why is it good, and you'll be able to check that out on my channel. So if I'm stuttering a lot today, I apologize. I went to bed at 6 a.m. this morning running with my friends. You'll be able to see all that in my previous broadcasting. They're freaking amazing. Yeah, I love running with my friends on this game. It's a lot of fun. It can make it a lot of fun, honestly. Alright, going back to Apex. Alright, so the first step is you have to be a level 65. I know, it sucks. How do I get there? And you're probably like, oh my goodness, this is a lot. It's honestly not. Grinding is not that hard. And I actually started a new character. She's actually human. And I plan on taking her and running through all the levels, and I'm going to be doing broadcasting for each and every dungeon that I'm doing, along with all the missions, and it'll be able to help you guys for leveling up and knowing where to go. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying. So, you have to be level 65 in order to reach your Apex, and this event is actually going on September 25th to October 16th. So remember that. This event is going on September 25th to October 16th. It's still going on now because I was able to level up my stuff. But the main things that's going to be going on for getting cool stuff whenever you end up leveling up and all that. Alright, now going back to what I was saying. So between those dates, if you're playing between those dates, it's going to basically accelerate your leveling. So that's actually going to be really awesome. Because in Elite Status, there's actually this way where you can, if you're going through levels 1 through 65 with Elite Status, you're going to be able to gain XP, at least more XP for 1 hour. So that's why Elite Status is very important. At least I believe so. It really does help. But yeah. So anyways, going back to what I was saying, level 3. Or step number 3. Okay, now going to step number 2. So once you have reached level 65 and your total level of gear is 439, now remember, my gear is not a level 49, I mean a level 439, it was a level 430. and I was still able to get my Apex and to be able to complete my entire Guardian skills. So honestly, it's just depending on how much XP you gather when you're doing all the levels. Alright, I'm living proof I was able to do it. Going back to what I was saying. So, for when you are ready and you have your gear, basically your Guardian gear, so it will help you be able to get the materials needed in order to reach that high item level. And then the third step is you're going to get a request for a Velika banquet when it is available. Alright, so remember that. So when you get a request for a Velika banquet, you're going to end up going through the events, and when you reach this quest, it'll be basically Dark Reaches and the updates, and that'll be landing on October 16th, just so y'all know. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about this quest with Velika. Alright, basically the banquet. When I was going through this quest, and I'm going to have to do it on, I'm going to have to grind one of my characters, so I could be able to get it on a live feed broadcast. And there's other videos out there too that I've noticed that actually takes you through it, so you could probably go check those out as well. But I will be having one on my channel too. So when you accept the invitation, you're going to end up going to Velika, and you have to go by the flight manager. I'm doing this all based off of memory. And when you accept the banquet, you're going to take it and go into your inventory and go ahead and click it, and it's going to go ahead and transport you to the banquet. And you're going to have to go up to the front gate guard. There's going to be this guy here that's going to ask in order to get into the banquet. And, you know, you're going to agree, yada yada. Y'all are going to go up to the front gate, and y'all are going to end up going in. So when you go in, you're going to have to report to somebody, of course. And that's going to be in headquarters. So when you go into headquarters, you're going to end up talking to this guy. He's going to be like, oh, hey, make sure you enjoy the banquet, yada, yada. This is not for work, all right? So then you're going to go out of the banquet. The next step is you're going to have to meet with this girl that's going to be right outside of the headquarters. Once you talk to her, then there's going to be a whole bunch of quests to pop up underneath the actual quests. All right, and that'll be on the right-hand side. Okay? So after that, you're going to have to go through all these different quests. Like, one's going to be for dancing. The next one's going to have to be collecting food for the chef. And then the last one is opening a chest. And then the other one is going to congratulate this guy for everything he's done. And then the next thing after that is supposed to be the play. But here's where it gets sticky, okay? Once you have actually gotten to that particular part in the quest, to the play, that's when the dragons start attacking and all hell breaks loose. The graphics are incredible, guys. Please, hang in there until you get into this. It's just absolutely amazing. I skip over some of the stuff, you know, because it's repetitive. But this time I did not. I actually watched it through the end. Alright? So once the dragon gets there, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that end up passing away through the game. You know, you're going to try and save them. It's not going to work. And the goddess ends up showing up. And, oh, absolutely beautiful. I loved every freaking second of it while watching this. Alright, so when she shows up, she's going to tell you, hey, you need to go back in time. You're going to have to save Velika. This is what's going on. And she's going to give you an orb, and I can actually go into my inventory right now and show you. So when we go to my inventory, you're actually supposed to save all this stuff, so. Alright, this is the Mark of Fate orb that I actually received from the goddess. Alright, so you're going to end up getting a couple of these. I think it was like either 1 or 2, I believe. So when you get the Mark of Fate, you're going to have to go back and teleport into time. Alright, so when you end up teleporting into time, you're basically going to have to do that all over again and go warn people. Alright, one thing you're going to notice is that, you know, the headquarters is not going to listen to you, the other people are not going to listen to you, so you're going to have to run this entire mission all the way through. And it's worth it. It really is. So after I went to go back to headquarters, I talked to them again. We ended up having to, I had to transport to another place on the map, and we had to go do some investigation on the dragons. So when I got to the part investigating on the dragons, I was helping with the Federation, and you had to defeat these red dragons there. I think it was like about 5 of them. They were red dragons. Yeah, about 5. Don't quote me, I'm doing this based on memory. So when I ended up defeating the red dragons, the next quest is you had to go find the survivors. Or no, actually you had to go fix the tanker. So when you went to go fix the tanker, then you had to go find the survivors. So when I went to go find the survivors, the next step after that was I had to go end up doing some recon on these dragons and so on and so on. So pretty much the ending part, the only thing hard about this quest that I had a hard time with was there was this girl who escaped me the first time because it's part of the quest. And it literally took me, no joke, 7 to 8 minutes in order to keep fighting her, and I was so close to defeating her. And one thing that you're going to have to do is stack up on health potions when you're fighting this girl. No joke, I bought 100 health potions. 100. And I also had to buy potions for my MP, and when my health potion was had a time on it, I had to go get my normal potions for HP as well. So, you know, prime battle, things as such, okay? I'll actually do a video on potions in another broadcast, so I could be able to explain to you guys what this potion does, how does it help you. But right now we're focusing on Apex. Alright, so after she escaped me, I quite literally had to go get some more potions. Ended up going through it at the end of the mission. Alright, mind you, I'm still in the same spot on the map, and I ended up having to defeat her again. I finally got through it, and it took me a while, but I finally did it. Perseverance is key, guys. Just keep doing it. Alright. We had to go back to the teleporter, and all this time I'm still with this guy who ends up following me. And mind you, this guy is actually the guy who was at the banquet, okay, and was asking to get in. So you'll notice that. Alright, so when I transported back into the portal, it took me on the outskirts of Velika, and it was basically like, oh, there's a whole bunch of dragons, yada yada yada, you know, and you had to go defeat them. One thing that I noticed when I defeated some of these dragons, they went down with one hit. It was actually pretty nice since I got frustrated trying to defeat this other girl. So it kind of gave my hands a little bit of a break. You know, gamers, we're not perfect, okay? We're not perfect. You know, we all make mistakes, things happen, we all die. Alright? Just saying. And I'm one of those really big players. Like, I love MMO games. I'm really big into them. Alright, so going back to what I was saying. After we ended up defeating these dragons, some people from the Federation showed up. And previously in another mission, I don't know if you guys can recall, so this guy has an issue with this particular character that I'm playing. It doesn't matter what character you're playing, it's just in the story quest, but them two didn't quite get along. But going back to what I was saying, so in the story quest we tried to warn them, they would not listen. We had to use the emote getting angry at them. He thought that we were being disrespectful, still didn't work, so then they ended up taking off. Alright, so we went, after they took off, we went to the other side of the field on the outskirts of Velika where the dragons were. And we had to go activate this thing that was controlling the dragons. After we activated all of that, and all this hoo-ha and everything was completely resolved, alright, I went back to Velika and accepted the invitation. Alright, the quest is basically all over again. Absolutely love that. I thought that was kind of funny. So after we accepted the invitation, we basically went back into the banquet. And this time, it was actually different. it wasn't the same as the first time. So the difference between the first banquet that I attended and the second banquet that I attended was you didn't do any of the events, like going to do dancing and things as such, and the play was actually before, and the speech was before and the play was after. So from what I can remember, yeah, so that was pretty much it. After I completed all of that, it was pretty much good. And then after I did the banquet, I ended up having to keep running through the missions. I kind of have a memory lapse. That's why I'm going to have to do a character in order to be able to show everything that I went through on it. So after that, we ended up having to continue running some more missions. And along the way, I ended up meeting with the goddess again. And she was like, oh, you have to save the world. Thank you for everything that you've done. And we ended up teleporting to this place that was for memory. Okay? And we had to defeat this huge dragon. He was very difficult. The whole point to the story is showing how the difference between your character fighting the dragon before in your memory and fighting after your memory. And I really thought that was well done, the way that they did that. So after I actually was about to die, the goddess came in and she saved me and went back into it again after she awarded me all of my skills and stuff. And I can actually show you them right now. So when we go into my skills, alright, let's go all the way down. I'm slightly nerdy, y'all. Okay, so you see this is called the binding waltz. And I just did that. I really did. Oof. Wow. Good job, Christina. Okay, this is called the blade waltz. Alright. And then this is also the aerial scythe and the blade frenzy. Now, mind you, this is for my character, the warrior. Okay? I haven't gotten to it on a different character, but I just created one, so we'll have to see it on her. I'm actually really excited for that. I actually started a mystic. Anyways, getting out of my nerdy zone. After I ended up getting all of those, I went back to defeat the dragon, and it ended up working. My controller has a mind of its own. Alright, after the dragon was defeated, the goddess came back and was like, hey, you, basically the summary of it is that you have some issues, you're gonna have to be able to resolve them, because it's like you're underappreciated, yada yada. So you're gonna have to defeat these different emotions, and after you defeat them, actually no, this is actually before you defeat the dragon. After you defeat all your emotions, everything is completely good, then you're gonna go back and say, hey, I'm ready, let's go defeat this dragon. Okay? So once the dragon is defeated, you're gonna teleport back, and I have a bit of a memory lapse on that, but pretty much you have resolved everything. There's a piece that I'm missing, so I can't remember. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the banquet and Apex. Okay. So once the quest line is complete and you unlock your Apex, that's pretty much it. You can literally go to your different, all the different dungeons. So the reason this is so important is, one thing I remember is when I was doing most of the dungeons, okay, I would get my ass handed to me. No joke. I'm not going to be, sly about it. I'm going to be very blunt. I got my ass handed to me, okay? And I got frustrated because I could not defeat the dungeons. And another hard thing is that in Tera, it's really hard to find people for grouping and instant matching. So I'm hoping that these videos or my broadcasting will get out there and be able to spread the word and, tell people, hey, let's group up, let's do this. Tera is a really great game. It's absolutely incredible. And this game is basically wrapped around teamwork. It's a little bit of solo as well, but most of the stuff is teamwork and be able to work together in a group, and it actually makes a game a lot funner, in my opinion. Everybody else has different opinions, and I respect that, but that is mine. So, going back to what I was saying, once you actually have all of these skills and stuff, I actually went back to one of my dungeons that I was having a hard time with, and it was cakewalk. I actually was enjoying it. I was having a good freaking time, and I was able to get through it, and it felt good. It really did. So Apex, guys, very important. Do not skip over this story quest. Beyond important. Cannot stress that enough. Just like I stress the quest markers in all of my videos. Alright? And the fact that I also stress, make sure you read the information when you're doing the quest. Okay? Just because you might be a fast reader, like I am, we all make mistakes. Alright, and it's gonna suck when you can't go back over that information because it's missing, and the game is notorious for doing that. And you can see in my previous videos as well that some of the quests do glitch along with the dungeons. But I mean, it's like any other game, you know, not all games are perfect, but this game is absolutely incredible. I love Tera. So that's pretty much it for the explanation on Apex. Alright, so the backstory of it is, with the Apex skills, it's basically a god's fall, and takes its name from a major solo quest that's level 65 players that can undertake. Okay? And this is basically the summary of it. It starts with an invitation to an exclusive banquet in Velika, and ends with characters unlocking their full potential in the form of Apex skills. Alright, remember that. Along the way, you know, basically says like, gods do die, and then Velika is destroyed, and the character travels back in time and almost dies in battle with Gamertag. That was that dragon I was telling you about. Alright. And then, basically, Gamertag is a powerful dragon who is devoted to avenging the first dragon, Virgos. Okay, most of you guys who are not familiar with Virgos, I don't want to make this video too long. I might do another explanation on Virgos, because I get sidetracked sometimes. So I might end up doing that next time. Yeah. But we're just going to end it with that, okay? So basically he was just irritated, and he was devoted to avenging the first dragon, Virgos. Oh, hey GB, what's up? So, GB is actually one of my friends. He's on several of my broadcasts. Usually I like playing with GB, Peas, and Blue, amongst the other players, so, yeah. But going back to what I was saying, the key is defeating Gamertag, and it lies in a series of personal demons, like I was basically explaining earlier, including the characters. There's temper, self-doubt, and guilt, and at each step you are unlocking a new Apex skill. Alright? And don't get this wrong, guys. Make sure y'all listen. Alright? This skill is specifically tailored for that character's class. Just like I showed you mine, and I can even give you a demonstration of mine. Alright, so here we are on my favorite stone hedge. That is one of them. Actually, I'm gonna have to go out for you to see that one. Alright, this is one of them, and I feel like I'm gonna have to get in the middle or else I'm gonna knock myself off. That's not it. Yeah, see, I fell. That's okay. It happens. So the one you didn't get to see earlier was this one. God, that is so amazing. I love that. Absolutely love that. Oh no, I'm not in party chat right now. I'm just doing a broadcast. But I'm about to hop off this broadcast after I explain all of this. So that is pretty much about it. Now remember, guys, these dates are very important. Alright, you can still do it now. But if you want to create another character and be able to level them up, like, no doubt, alright? Seriously, these dates are very, very important. So, I think I said the dates were, okay, so the event gathering is going to be September 25th to October 16th. I had to rack my brain for my memory. So, October 25th to September 25th to October 16th is going to be those dates to accelerate your leveling. You thought the XP bonus was good for elite status. This is going to be better, and I'm so excited to be able to do this. So I'm probably going to end up creating a character just for those dates and be able to grind. I am beyond excited to see what Tera has to offer between those dates. So that's pretty much about it. I really hope that this information has helped you guys, especially if you're just like, oh my god, what is Apex? What do I do? Where do I need to go? You know? So hopefully breaking this down and hearing it from me will be able to even help you guys. And I'll even go one step further. Alright, when I'm doing my other character who I just created, my human, I will go ahead and, as I'm grinding her up, and we get to that point in the game where I'm actually doing Apex, I will make sure to live stream it. And once again, I will walk y'all through it step by step by step. Alright? Well, thank you once again for watching my stream. Y'all take care. I'm going to be on here for the next couple of hours because I have several streams that I have to make for different videos. So, when you get a chance, make sure you check them out. Alright? Y'all take care. Bye.